Before we start off today's episode, huge shoutouts to AN subs for helping me out. Without their help, this video would have never been possible. Check out AN subs channel, the link will be in the description. What's up everyone, Vic here from the Anime Week. Today we're gonna kickstart a new series where we focus on one of my favorite music franchises, BanG, also known as Bandori. Since there's a bucket load of content from the anime, game, songs, band stories, characters, character relationships, and more, it's gonna take a few episodes to cover all of these. But before we start off the breakdown, we need to establish some basis. What is BanG? Why is it popular? What is it all about? What is it like, and how did it become Bushiroad's biggest money makers? We'll go through all of that in today's episode. BanG is a multimedia project, expanding from anime, live concerts, games, manga, light novel, and more. It consists of 7 bands. Poppin'Party, the main band of the anime, who has the qualities that every other main band or idol groups have, lacking in skill, lots of passion, and a dumb protagonist. Their songs mostly fall under the pop rock genre. The second band, Afterglow, made up of 5 childhood friends, who puts up powerful performances. Their songs usually fall under the garage rock genre. The third band, Vocalists, is an idol band formed by a talent agency where the members together are using their experience in this band to have an idea of what it means to be an idol. The fourth band, Roselia, one of the fan favorites, are a highly skilled and praised band formed by their vocalist with a certain goal in mind. Their discography usually consists of alternative rock songs. The fifth band, Hello Happy World, formed under the goal of making the world smile, and also one of the 2 bands to have a DJ. The sixth band, Morfonica, formed by the vocalist when she got inspired by a live concert by Poppin'Party and the other 4 bands. They're the only band to have a violinist in it, and their genre is symphonic metal or violin rock. The last band, Suilen, was a backup band known as the Third, before being reformed. Formed by their DJ who had a grudge on Roselia because they rejected her offer to become their producer, she formed the ultimate band to produce the ultimate music. Their songs fall under the electronic rock genre. Out of the 7 bands, 4 of them, Poppin'Party, Roselia, Morfonica, and Suilen, play in real life. The seiyus of the other bands are unfamiliar with their character instruments, so they do not perform live, but occasionally their vocalists perform with the backup bands. That was a handful lot to talk about. Now we know what bands are in the series, let's talk about how Bandori started out. Buckle up bucklers, cause history is boring and we all hate it. February 22nd, 2014, at the Idol Masters Master of Idol World 2014 live show, Aimi, who voiced Julia, a talented guitarist, performed her character song Ryusei-gun with a guitar. This stunned the fans as it was unprecedented in IMAS. The crowd absolutely loved it, giving it a thunderous roar of approval that shook the arena. Among the audience though were Bushiroad staff, who reported it to the CEO of Bushiroad, Kitani. This prompted him to consider about the Bandori project. On December 14, 2014, the first illustration of BanG was released in the Gekkan Bushiroad magazine. You might be wondering, wait, who the heck is that? What if I told you that it was Kazumi? Bandori fans would be blowing a fuse right now if they didn't know about this. Well, here's the thing. Before December 15th, 2015, BanG wasn't what we know as it is right now. It was totally different from the character designs, personality, premise, and more. This era of Bandori came to be known as Betadori among the Bandori fans. Like how video games have an alpha and beta version, this was the beta phase of Bandori. What is it that is so different from the Bandori that we know to Betadori? Well, to start off, Betadori was a lot darker than the Bandori that we know. It was a lot more depressing than the happy-go-lucky Bandori that it is. Even the characters are total opposites of what we have right now. Kazumi, the dumb, highly energetic protagonist who just shouts was an introverted girl who was bullied for singing all the time, being called a karaoke girl. Arisa, the tsundere chomama that we all know and love, wasn't even tsundere in Betadori. Rimi, the introverted Chokokorane loving bassist, was a ninja? I guess it's Chunibu. Otae, the airheaded bunny-loving guitarist, was a tsundere in Betadori. A lot of her character isn't shown in the Betadori manga, so that's all we have. Saya, the one-chan of Poppin'Party, wasn't shown a lot in Betadori, but her background is a lot different and darker in Betadori. It's said that her father was alcoholic and her mother died of illness. This is far from what her parents are in Bandori. Of course, this was totally different and way darker than the Bandori that we know and love and hate. Probably this is the reason why it got scrapped. Who knows, maybe if Betadori was a thing, we might have not had the other 6 band and Bandori might have not had the success it has right now. But that topic is up for debate.
私、Aimi、バンドやります!
On February 28th, during Aimi's second live show, she announced her participation in the project and announced the date of their first live. This has been commemorated as Bandori Day since 2019. Poppin'Party and Bandori started off with 3 seiyus: Aimi, the guitar vocalist, Nishimura Rimi, the bassist, and Ito Ayasa, the keyboardist, with their first live on April 18, 2015. On June 14th, Otsuka Sae joins as their lead guitarist, and on October 11th, 2015, the last live before Bandori was reworked, Ayaka Ohashi, who made her debut as a voice actress in 2011 and as a singer in 2014, joins the band as their drummer. After this marks the end of the era of Betadori. A lot of the songs, Yes Bang Dream, Pop and Shuffle, Starbeat, Natsuyosura Sansan 7, and one of my most favorite Poppin'Party song, Teardrops, were all made during the Betadori era, so we'll be grateful for Betadori because without it, none of these songs would have been a thing. And now, Bandori steps into a new direction with a more lighthearted tone and more moolah making potential. They started to release singles and put out live shows, most notably in Singapore on 2016. On September 15th, 2016, Bandori Girls Band Party, the game that we love to hate, was announced along with a glimpse of the other 4 bands. In September 17th, a day before my birthday, Roselia made their first public appearance, becoming the second band to perform live. Aina Aiba, who was an ex-pro wrestler under the name Yuki Harima, who wrestled for the organization beginning, voiced Yukina, the vocalist and their leader. Haruka Kudo, who played as Hagumi Hanamoto in Honey and Clover, Sayu Yagami, Light's younger sister in Death Note, Mamoru Ito in Shinsekai Yori, voiced Sayo, the guitarist of the band. Sakuragawa Megu, who played as Tsubasa Kira, the leader of Air Eyes, the rival group that no one gave a fuck about in Love Live, voiced Udagawa Ako, the drummer. Satomi Akesaka, popular for her role as S-Death in Kill la Kill, voiced Rinko, the keyboardist. And lastly, Yurika Endou, who was popular for her role as Haruna Yoshikawa in Diamond No Ace, voiced Aimi Lisa, the bassist. On December 17th, the vocalists of the other bands were announced. Sakura Ayane. Okay, the new Attack on Titan in the live action is looking kinda scary. Most popular for her role as everyone's beloved Gavi from Attack on Titan, playing the role of Rand from Afterglow. Maishima Ami, who prior to being announced graduated from her idol group Supergirls, playing the role of Mariyama Aya from Hospade, and Ito Miku, popular for her role as Miku from Quintessential Quintuplets, playing the role of Kokoro from Hello Happy World. And in the next month, the anime starts airing, setting up the basis of all the in-universe stuff of how Poppin'Party was formed. They also had small appearances of members of the other bands during the cursed Kira Kira Hikaru episode. Oh god, Oh god! And from there on, Poppin'Party truly got established in the series. With the game launched on March, and the other bands having all their stuff settled, it was time for Roselia to kickstart their IRL stuff. On April 27th, Roselia released their first single, Black Shout. After the release of their second single, they had their first live show on June 30th, 2017. Following that were the first single releases for the other bands, and finally, Roselia were featured with Poppin'Party in the BanG Season 1 OVA, which released on August 19th. 2 days after that, one of the biggest moments in Bandori's history has been made. The fourth live in Nippon Budokan, widely known as one of the most iconic musical performance venues in the world and a holy ground for music. The same place where the Beatles performed, ABBA ended their last tour, Bob Dylan and Dream Theater recorded their live albums. Certainly, the place had a lot of history, touched by the most popular artists all over the world. Poppin'Party also made the record with the fastest act since debut to perform in the Budokan. There's a whole ass documentary and stuff about it, so check that out. Link to it will be in the description. It turned out to be a huge success and Bandori had all the momentum and they were at their peak. That was until December 17th, 2017. Endou Yurika announced her retirement from the entertainment industry due to health issues and that she would graduate from Roselia after their upcoming live show next year on May. This was a huge shocker not only for the Roselia fans but also fans of her work since she was an established seiyuu before joining Roselia. Some considered it to be fishy, many were sad, but since she would be in the industry for half a year more, everything was going on like the usual. It is reported that back in April 30th, 2017, during the Bushiroad 10th anniversary live show, the now members of the Third, Rachel and Natsume, performed the Cardfight Vanguard song, Are You Ready to Fight? With Otsukasae. It was this performance that glowed the light bulb in Kitani's head to form a third real-life band. Fast forward to March 25th, 2018, the Third would have their first live show. Rachel becoming the bass vocalist, Natsume the drummer, Rei Okurachi the keyboardist, and Otsukasae performed as a guest guitarist until Kohara Riko, previously in the band The Sketchbook, based on a fictional band in the sketch dance anime, was revealed as the guitarist for the Third. On April 4th, BanG Girls Band Party would get released for the worldwide audience, and we all know what happened after that.
Goodbye and good night, Bandori.
On May 2nd, 2018, Roselia would release their first album, Angfang, and 10 days later, BanG 5th Live takes place. On day 1, the second and the third season of the anime would be announced, and in day 2, Roselia were performing. This would be Endou Yurika's last live with Roselia, and she would have her last solo live later on June 1st, then disappearing from social media and any sort of public appearances. They also announced the new seiyuu for Lisa as Nakashima Yuki, who voiced Aoi Zaisen in Yu-Gi-Oh! V-Rains and Yuki Otokura in Aima's Cinderella Girls. This also became the last live show for Akesaka Satomi, as on June 30th she would be graduating from Roselia due to sudden and recurring hearing loss, and that her last appearance would be on September 17th, fucking hell, one day of my birthday, at a fan meet. On June 17th, 2018, the Third would have their second live show. Here, Sugumi Risa would be announced as the band's new DJ, and they would be renamed as Raise Suilen. They would perform Unstoppable, their first song with 5 members. On November 17th, Roselia would have their fourth live show, Weird, which means 4 in German. Fans speculated that Roselia would be performing with the remaining 4 members, but much to their surprise, Shirakane Rinko's new seiyuu, Shizaki Kanon, was revealed. Later on, Poppin'Party, Roselia, and Raz would perform at Kara Expo USA 2018 in LA. On January 3rd, 2019, BanG Dream Season 2 would start airing, with Suilen forming in the Bandoriverse. On February 2019, the Bandori bands would return to the Budokan for the 7th live. On May 18, 2019, Poppin'Party would have their Versus live show, No Girl No Cry, with another girls band, Siren. Coincidentally, Siren held the record for the fastest act since debut to perform in the Budokan back in 2016, until the record was broken and held by Poppin'Party a year later. There will be 2 days for this live show, with Roselia and Suilen being the opening acts on each day. Poppin'Party and Siren would also work on a collab song, No Girl No Cry. On January 8, 2020, the new year starts with a bang for BanG Dream and Poppin'Party. They would release their 15th single, Initial Yume wo Uchinoku Shunkan ni, which would later top the Oricon weekly rankings. Prior to this, their highest being 4th. From their first single only being 52nd to their 15th single reaching the top, it was a momentous occasion for both Poppin'Party and for their fans. On January 20th, the 3rd season of the anime would start airing. If you haven't watched it, go fucking watch it. On March 1st, Morfonica would be revealed as a new band, and on March 5th, their cast and their first single would be announced. Amane Shindo, who's the youngest seiyuu in Bandori, being only 15 while joining the franchise, would voice Mashiro, the vocalist. Suguta Hina, who voice acted in the anime mobile game After Lost, let's not fucking talk about that, shall we? Would voice Toko Kirigaya, the guitarist. Yuka Nishio, who was Yu Higashiyama in Rebirth for You, yes, the same series which has Fubuki in it, voices Nanami, the bassist. Minka, prior to this, was the instructor for Ayaka and Miguchi, and provided support drums for Poppin'Party at the 7th live. Voicing Tsukishi, the drummer, and lastly, Ayasa, who is widely known for her playing the violin on YouTube. Yeah, that one meme song. Voicing Rui, the violinist. They will be announced as the 4th band to play live, and they would make their live debut at the 8th live. And finally, the new year would start off with a bang again for BanG Dream and Poppin'Party, as their 16th single would top the Oricon Charts again. Since then, Bandori has had all the momentum, and this shows the rise of the series it had over the years. And that pretty much caught us up to present day Bandori. With a plethora of movies coming out and Bandori Girls Band Party releasing for the Switch, Bandori has become one of the most popular music franchises in Japan at the moment. Complete. Anyways, that is pretty much it. We have gone through the rise of Bandori and their whole history. 20-minute long video, what the fuck, Wick? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though I sounded like a fucking nerd throughout this video. Again, huge shoutouts to EA and subs for the FO, or this video would have never been a thing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. See you later. Peace!